welcome to the return of the First 7-Inch Club podcast, episode 229. First 7-Inch Club is a podcast where we dig up 7 inches from the past within the realms of hardcore, punk, and metal and discuss whether or not they're worth being remembered. We also provide facts and trivia that we get from the internet and our own personal experiences. We do our own research on the show, so sometimes we get things wrong. I actually asked a band member of this band if there's anything he wanted to share, and he said no. So when we get a bunch of stuff wrong, I mean, he said I could ask him whatever I wanted, but I didn't ask. So we're going to get a bunch of stuff wrong with the blessing of a band member. So I am Mike, and with me is Scott.
They love it when we're all wrong about them online. Yeah, they love it. I got a little scene report.
Oh, yeah.
From the K-pop Demon Hunter meal at McDonald's. Mike, we never talked about it. Are you a big K-pop Demon Hunters fan?
No, I think I was the one who brought it up on the show. No, I was in Discord because I was like, I saw it like on Letterboxd, like rated 4.7, and everybody I know on Letterboxd was watching it. Yep. And I was like, what's going on? And then it turns out it's something for children. So
yes.
So I'm free of the K-pop Demon Hunters. I'll never need to see it.
Yeah, it's okay for a movie for children. The songs get stuck in your head. I'll remember them till I'm dead. But the meals, you won't remember. You won't remember past this week. Basically, they're such limp affairs. I've never seen such a timid offering. It consists of basically 2 condiments. I mean, the box is cool for what it is. They give you cards that aren't very good. Everybody, as far as I can tell, everyone gets the same card of the Derpy Tiger, and you get, for the late night meal, you get a pack of ramen seasoning to put on your fries.
Yeah,
ramyun, I guess. I guess it's Korean, so I think it's pronounced ramyun. Maybe not. And then in the morning, you just get a regular old breakfast sandwich, but they put some like super spicy sauce on it. It doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't add like zip or tang or any kind of Korean flavors or even demonic flavors. It just makes it spicy. There's nothing cool. There's no colors. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. The chicken nuggets that are absolutely plain come with 2 exotic sauces that are, one of them is purple. So I guess that's pretty crazy. The demonic one is purple. Not that great. Big box. I guess it's for adults. You know how they make those adult Happy Meals?
Yeah.
So I guess these are for grown-ups. It's because it's one of those big box Happy Meals. But yeah, I've had one of each now because I figured I'd get my daughter the cars because she's a very, I don't know why there was a resurgence, because it was like a last year thing and then it kind of like calmed down. Then all of a sudden it's way, way back. So I don't know if like there's toys coming out or if maybe they're real and they're coming to America. I don't know. But all of a sudden it's back like with these meals and with all this shit at Walmart and everything. So I don't know. Maybe there's probably a sequel coming out. That's probably the more.
Yeah, I think they announced a sequel recently or something. So.
And then in other news, I opened my store this week.
Yes, this is what everybody wants to hear about.
This is what everyone wants to hear about. You're welcome to come visit me. 167 and a half. That's what a pipsqueak store I am. I'm like in a fantasy book when like a mouse lives in the house and he gets like a little he gets a little quarter address or Harry Potter has to push his cart through my store to get to a train or something. 167 and a half J Street, Schenectady. J Street's a nice little pedestrian district. Cars ain't allowed. And you can't drive there.
Since somebody asked, just so you guys know, Schenectady is near Albany.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a scary place because it's a weird word, but it's right near Albany. So if you're willing to go to Albany, Schenectady is not far off from Albany. So I don't want people thinking Scott is in some weird Western New York pocket where no one goes. Like it's still near, at the capital of New York. So if you are in the Albany area, you can stop by Scott's store.
I always thought Schenectady had kind of like they call it the Electric City. Yeah, because GE is there and has a giant GE sign that pulses like the Eye of Sauron over the whole town. It just pulses, and I always thought the word Schenectady sounded kind of electrical. I don't know why. It just sounds like an electrical word, like it's a circuit. Schenectady. Maybe just because I grew up with it being like an electrical, thing or whatever. But it's cool. Like most, there's parts of Schenectady that are good and bad. There's parts that are really bad. It's a pretty rundown city. A lot of companies that used to run the place had all shut down and moved out
including
years ago.
GE, right? Or is GE back?
No, GE downsized and moved some things out, but now they're back. They have some new, I don't know what it is. Maybe AI. I don't know what it is. There's something new going on there that has sort of brought some life back. And there's a lot of like companies that decided to move in and kind of renovate state offices. And there's like MVP insurance. There's all kinds of stuff that kind of a bunch of incubators. So it's not too bad. And the area that I'm in is really nice. Like the pedestrian area is very nice. It has Proctor's Theater. So there's no bars in any of the windows. So like people just close their door for the night and lock it with a plain old key and then go home from their stores and nobody smashes and grabs. So it's pretty nice. It's hard to park. That's the only bitch of it because there's like paid parking everywhere in Schenectady. That kind of sucks. But if you have $1 and you can afford $1 to park it, there's a lot right behind my store. So just, get some blood moving in your legs, man. Move around a little bit. You got to get your 10,000 steps in. Do them walking down J Street. It's called, I didn't say this yet. It's called Party Shark Records. Party Shark Records, 167.5 J Street, Schenectady. It's going to be the thing that sucks for me is that I'm aware of how social media works. And I think if I want, young people to come and buy this, I have to use social media. Mm-hmm. And the only way you can do that now is to put your face out there.
Yep.
If you do, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're like a brilliant painter or like a brilliant musician or a brilliant digital artist, you'll post all your coolest work and it's wonderful. You might even put music behind it. You do great write-ups and you'll just paint. You'll do this day after day. You'll put your beautiful paintings up. And then one day you'll post yourself eating ice cream and the ice cream falls out of the cone and falls in your shoe. That's going to get 6 million views. All your paintings are bullshit. You're not going to get any views on it anywhere. If you put your face online, people will look at it. If you don't put your face online, you don't get anywhere. So my disgusting grizzled old face is going to have to go on camera finally and like beg people to come to my store and not leave my children starving. Follow that Party Shark Records, follow it everywhere. And then if you're in town, I mean, I'm sad that you're in Schenectady, to be honest. There's good parts, but like if you're from anywhere not around here and you've ended up in Schenectady, something's gone probably pretty wrong. So I'm sad that you found my store that way, but it's a little oasis. I'll give you some water if you need it. Get you back to safety. I'll call whoever you need to come pick you up. Come check it out. I mean, it's like it turned out better than I thought. I made some money this week. Mm-hmm. I'm out a lot, but I'm slowly making some money back. So hopefully this works out. I have to figure out how you get records.
You gotta buy them for people.
I know, and everyone's like, "Oh, they'll just bring them to you." Like many people have just said, "Don't worry about it; they'll just bring them to you." That's not happening so far. So I guess I have to do a little work to make that happen.
Well, you gotta tell people. You gotta say we buy collections and stuff like that.
Okay, we buy collections. I don't want to buy collections yet, though. I don't want to. I'm not gonna go. There's already people doing that. Like, oh, my dad's got thousands of priceless sleeved, uncirculated Ozzy records he wants to sell you. I don't have 10K. I'm not come to your house with like a suitcase full of money and buy your dad's priceless Abbey Road and shit like that. I want to start small, just maybe a little crate of your brother's old head music, his old Metallica records and stuff. Just bring those in. I'll give you as much as I can. I'm on hard times right now, but we should be able to make a deal that'll be satisfactory to everybody. And then I could sell your favorite belonging, like the things that you worked your whole life to acquire. I will sell for I'll put a shitty red sticker on it. $5, $5, come get it. So yeah, you're right. I have to do some advertising, but it's more like there's kind of an active approach that a lot of people have where they go to estate sales and they go out to places and they, try to harvest. And that is very cutthroat.
Yeah.
Like if you're not the first guy there at 2 a.m. and you don't already know the estate sale guys, you're not moving and shaking, you've already lost. Cause I already know the names. Those guys are already there first. They bought all the good stuff. I went to one the other day and it was down to literally dollar bin stuff. But what was crazy is that it was this guy's apartment and it was a Schenectady apartment. It was sprawling. It was 3 floors and every room was full of boxes of records, but they were all like Herb Alpert and like Al Hurt and like 101 Strings and like thousands. Like I don't know what this dude's deal was. He'd been shopping dollar bins for decades. Apparently he had every dollar bin record in triplicate. All the way top to bottom, the floor, like from the basement all the way up to the attic. He had crates and crates of records that were all And this was the stuff that was left. So that means he had other crates of good stuff too. But he must have had $20,000 worth of dollar bin records. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I was going to buy some Chuck Mangione ones and shit like that because I like that. And I brought like a little stack. I brought maybe like 20 records down. And the guy's like, those are $1 a piece. I was like, well, will you take $10 for the stack? It's the last day of an estate sale. You take $10 for a stack. He goes, no, they're $1 a piece. I was like, all right. And I just handed them back to him, said, thanks. He's like, you don't want them? I was like, no, dude, these are garbage. I was doing you a favor. So 167.5 J Street Schenectady. Come see Party Shark Records. You get to see me in person. It's horrible.
Few things about that. First off, speaking of going to sales like that, I just wanted to mention this before. One time years ago in New York City, the Lincoln Center Library, I think it has a real name, but it's a huge library in New York City. Mm-hmm. And they were advertising for months. We were going to open our library vinyl collection and sell it for the first time in like 50 years or something like that. It's like, it's a library. They're going to have everything. Yeah. And me and Kevin, who I did a Horror Soul with a long time ago. Me and Kevin went there. He's like a real beat guy though. He has like, he's a producer and stuff like that. But we went there and waited in line for 3 hours to get into this place. And we finally get there. And we're not like first in line, but we're, pretty early. And it is literally just all like Herb Alpert stuff. Like we just get there as a gigantic library of millions of records of millions of Herb Alpert. And wow. I think I got like a few things. Like the only thing that was like a bonus of it were like most of the shit was like still sealed in pristine condition as if you just got it that day. So like I got a few cool things, but it was like, man, this was not worth waiting 3 hours in line. So I guess I feel for you. But two other things is that you need to make a database of all the records that you have. And you just need to send it to me. So then every week I can do a featured record for Party Shark Records like we do for State of Mind. Okay. And that'll obviously, we're keeping State of Mind in business. So that'll obviously work for Party Shark also. And also the other thing you have to do is you always have to have the podcast on in the store. And you always have to just be laughing, just crying, laughing the whole entire time. And then people will go, whoa, what are you listening to? You can say First 7-inch Club, and they'll just say, oh, man, I got to check that out. So you work both ways. It's two-way advertising here. It'll work out great.
I don't want to put anyone on blast in this fashion. I'm not going to come on every week and tell you about like the funniest customers and like, make fun of people who are paying my bills. But it is a game of punishers. Yes. And some of them are cool, some of them are not. There's like an older guy who comes in and he likes to look at the 45s. He's been awesome. It's like having a really cool granddad. He collects like he's a very normal, like golf looking older man, I'll say. And he loves collecting like psychedelic rock. And he doesn't look like it. He just looks like a normal, he looks like he'd be a librarian or like a mayor or something like that. And he gets everything. Like you can sit around and joke around with the guy. He's awesome, but he'll stay there all day. He'll just post up all day in front of my register and chat with me all day long. And, so my voice never stops in that store. So if I had 2 layers of my voice going on, I might go fucking bats. I don't know if I could take that. So the fellows from Faraday stopped by, Chris and Kevin from Faraday. Chris brought me a stack of awesome. He brought me a fucked up record. He brought me a end of a year record. Ooh. The seafoam version of an end of a year record. So he brought me a nice little stack. And he just gave it to me. It was very nice. Anybody else who wants to do that, you can do that. If you want to just come by the store and just give me your records, I will take them. CDs, tapes, anything you got. You don't want anymore? I'll find a home for it. If I was close, you'd have a whole new library in your store, but I'm not mailing you this crap. That's all right. That's right. Mr. State of Mind. 167.5 J Street, Schenectady, Mr. State of Mind. If you're ever road tripping all the way to Chicago to hunt for records, just let me know and I'll pile them up on you. All right, let's do it. We're already going long, and we have to do it's mid-April, but we have to do the the Patreon shout-outs because we keep missing weeks. So, but before that, if you want to reach out to us, you can do so at first7inchclub@gmail.com or go to our Instagram at first7inchclub and possibly get an answer quicker over there.
we also have a Patreon, which we are recording tonight. It's patreon.com/first 7-inch club. You throw us a couple bucks. You get a few new episodes a week. I always fuck it up. You get a couple new episodes a month. That's all you get. I always make it sound better than it is. I always exaggerate. You get a couple new episodes a month. Tonight we're going to be recording. We're going to be watching a video. We're going to be watching Cinema Bear Nuts music video tape, which was I think pivotal in a lot of teens' lives, not ours, but other teens. and yeah, you know, I forgot they made these things, so this should be good. Talk about pop punk, talk about ska, talk about a little hardcore. It'll be great. So go on over to patreon.com/first 7-inch club. You also get your name shouted out once a month. We'll get to that in a minute. But before that, a couple other things. First, like I said, I want to keep this short, so I just have one thing that I wanted to talk about. I've been meaning to talk about it for like a month or so. I keep forgetting. I just need to get it out of my system. But I listened to this podcast called Sleep Baseball, and it's not really something you're supposed to listen to. This is like this started like a couple 2-3 years ago, I think, and it was one of those podcasts that was like immediately in the New York Times. So it's not like I'm hipping you guys to some underground shit. It was just one of those things that like immediately caught fire, and it was immediately had all of these like big time features about them on the internet. And Sleep Baseball is a podcast. It's kind of like ASMR. It is a man and his friend, his producer friend, and maybe like a couple other people help him here and there. And every month he records himself doing a full, complete fake baseball game broadcast from start to finish. And everything is purposely boring. It's called Sleep Baseball because it wants you to fall asleep. And that's its job. No one is supposed to listen to an entire episode of Sleep Baseball. It's 2 hours and some minutes of this guy broadcasting a fake baseball game. And it's like, you know, it's elaborate. Like he has teams and, you know, players and stuff like that. And every game he makes purposely boring. Even the game isn't exciting. Like it's all very boring. He uses the most perfect AM radio filters on the whole thing. I usually I put it on because I have to usually wake up early in the morning to feed my cat, and then I don't want to be up at 5:30, so I put it on to fall back to sleep. And I'm out possibly before even the first inning starts. And outside of that, it's pretty mild. That's the point of it. His friend does commercials between the innings, and they're like, you know, they're mildly funny. Some of the names, the baseball players are mildly funny, but you know, it's really amazing production where I'm just like envious that somebody can do this and it's successful. So besides the content, I'm just like very amazed by it. But either way, it's extremely, extremely, extremely mild, purposely mild on purpose. And I just happened to find myself looking at the reviews for Sleep Baseball the other day, and one of the first reviews on iTunes, it just says, "Went woke, unsubscribed," and that was it. And wow. And I don't know what could have. It's been racking my brain since I saw this like a month ago of what could have possibly happened on an episode of Sleep Baseball where it is just a fake baseball game being this guy doing commentary on a fake baseball game that could possibly be misconstrued as woke. And I don't know if this is like a joke or something. I was like, so as when I first saw this, I was like, okay, Sleep Baseball is the most wholesome thing on the entire internet. There's nothing more wholesome than this, for adults at least. And I'm going to terrorize this guy. I'm going to use all of my internet know-how to terrorize this man for saying that something in Sleep Baseball is woke, but I can't find him. This is the only review he's ever used, or at least the only time he's used this name. The name doesn't pop up anywhere on the internet, so he's free for now. But either way, like I said, I don't know what Sleep Baseball did, but whatever. I don't think these people exist in real life. I think these people only exist on the internet. I don't think people are this offended by things that are woke. And it's just, I think it's finally getting to me where I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, fucking grow some balls. Like, what do you're afraid of Sleep Baseball? The podcast made to make you feel comfortable so you fall asleep, and you think that's too woke? Like, fucking kill yourself, man. Like, what you have nothing to live for if you think Sleep Baseball could do anything that's woke. And I don't know. I just, like, I know I live in a bubble. I always live in big cities, but it just seems like so aggravating to me that these assholes could even find something wrong with Sleep Baseball, one of the most purest things on earth.
Yeah. I am with you.
Yeah.
I think that people look for the off-road to anything. I think people find commitment to just about anything to be tiresome now. And so like the minute that you give any indication that you're not some sort of chud, they just got to be like, I see, I knew it, and then they take their exit ramp.
Also, if there's anybody else out there that listens to Sleep Baseball and actually listens more than like the first inning and knows what Sleep Baseball said to make this guy fly off the handle and unsubscribe, let me know, because I'm still very curious as to what could possibly have insulted this man so much where he had to unsubscribe to Sleep Baseball.
I'm going to take up a little bit more time here.
That's fine.
This is only tangentially related. There's a show that's on YouTube. I don't know if I talked to you about this even. It's a show on YouTube that gets sort of pushed on me over on Facebook and stuff, like, people you may know. It's called The Glenn Slingerland Situation. And if anybody else knows about this and has watched this, get at me. I'm a big fan. It's just some guy. He's a guy probably in his 60s, and he sits in a room that's like nice. It's like a nice room. He's chosen it for its, picturesque quality or whatever to do his little show. And he basically does a radio show, where he like music, like he does shtick. He does jokes. He does like fake commercials, jokey commercials. And he's got like kind of a radio voice, and then he plays interesting, like I would say somewhat interesting dad rock stuff I haven't heard. A little bit further along than like Steely Dan. Like he's a little bit deeper in the dad rock canon, and he plays some interesting stuff, and even just some sort of like 90s music and some out there music. I'm not saying this is good. Like you don't need this necessarily. It's weird because it's the same sort of thing you just said, where it's a real production, and he writes real material, and it's different every week. So he sits down, he writes a whole script every week. As far as I can tell, they only have maybe 100 people watching, maybe 200 people watching, and every week he hires multiple ladies to wear like little black dresses and walk around in parking lots, and that's what he plays during the music. Wow. So he has whole like sort of narratives of the women sort of. Sometimes there'll be particular a song, like if he can somehow work their situation into the song, like if it's about someone losing a shoe, he'll have them lose a shoe or something like that. But he just has these women just kind of strut around in the parking lots of like Watervliet and Cohoes and who knows wherever the fuck, and in broad daylight, no special lighting. They're all like ladies kind of in their late 30s, early 40s, attractive women, but just walking around, and they're different. So he hires multiple women every week to walk around in parking lots, and it's different every week. This is new footage. So every week he must spend out of pocket. He probably drops $1,000 to put out a new episode every single week of the Glenn Slingerland Situation. And as far as I could tell, there's maybe like 200 views tops on these videos. And so if you're a fan of this, we gotta link up. I'm finally gonna meet people. We're gonna have like a meetup for the Glenn Slingerland Situation fan club. I gotta have it.
I gotta check this out.
Yeah.
Okay. It's everybody's favorite part of the show, where we shout out our $5 patrons. Every once a month, you get your name shouted out, and you're immortalized forever in podcasts. And that's the most popular thing that can happen to you, is that you are on a podcast forever. Yeah. Mouth of Infinity, Day One Guy, thank you. Keenan, thank you. Dave R, thank you. This is a different Dave R than usually is. It's not my friend Dave R. This is a different Dave R. He's Dave R number 2, we're going to call you. Dave R number 2, thank you. Chris B, thank you. Philip L, thank you. Sawyer, thank you. What's the 7-inch Dave, thank you. Aaron, thank you. Aaron, I got Easy Delivery Company upon your recommendation. It's a pretty good game. Thank you. Fred Durst, as always, thank you. Listener Subi, thank you. John Torn, thank you. John Torn, ripping it up with Recon all over the place, playing every single Hellfest there is to play. That's what John Torn does. I don't know. I think that's what Recon plays, is Hellfest. Zach C, good friend Zach, thank you. Eric S, thank you. Eric H, thank you. Dan G, thank you. Fritz, thank you. Will Farrell, Big Money Hustler, thank you. Spirit Killer the Band, thank you. Joshua N, thank you. KC, thank you. Dave V666, thank you. Nicholas T, thank you. Phil Anselmo and Charlie Daniels, as always, thank you. 2 great guys. Ground Zero Salem, thank you. Ed S, thank you. Cheech, possibly of Cheech and Sean, thank you. Dave, State of Mind, thank you. We're going to talk about you in a minute. Dan B, thank you. Switchblade, thank you. 311, never forget, thank you. Matt D, thank you. Jonah, friend and past guest Jonah, thank you. Brian, thank you. Emma and Maddo, thank you. Commissar, thank you. Jason K, thank you. Liam from Cinepunks, thank you. Tyler Hammer from Kings of Punk Podcast, thank you. Chris, the guy who went to school with Jumping John Elway, thank you. Spider-1 from Power Man 5000, thank you. Feel Real, thank you. Troy Blood on Bean, thank you. Chris R, thank you. Joe Cam's still hanging in there, thank you.
Or at least his bank account is.
At least his bank account is. Zach W, it's a different Zach, thank you. Scott J, of course, thank you. Aaron with 1A, thank you. Jason W, thank you. Rob Cole, Rob Cole number 1. Let's see if you're in there twice again, Rob Cole. I have to turn the page so it is an actual mystery. Mr. Chev, thank you. Alex B, thank you. Breaking Edge on Zima, thank you. Ben K, thank you. Terry, thank you. Chase T, thank you. Jeff L, thank you. Damien from As Friends Russ, thank you. Alex Worldwide Keller, thank you. The Real Dave R number 1, thank you. GMG, thank you. J Money, thank you. Mosh Pit Steamroller, thank you. Manzer Faust Productions, thank you. Kevin B from the band No Division, thank you. They just put out like a 3 songs thing with something called Third Black Day. It's like one of those things where it's like, this is what hardcore bands do. I know you're old now, Scott, but hardcore bands, they always do featuring. And it's like featuring some other dipshit. Yep. And I listen to it. I listen to the No Division. I don't know what this Third Black Day thing is. Like, I was expecting to hear some record scratching or like a saxophone or something, but it just sounded like No Division to me. So I don't exactly know what Third Black Day did, but so check out that new No Division.
He's a bassist.
He could be a bassist. I mean,
bassist.
It takes me a couple listens to zero in on the bass, so it could be a guy back there slapping the bass on that new No Division. So check it out. Ted Napkin, thank you. Thank you, Ted Napkin. Matt H, thank you. Seth, thank you. Jorsk, thank you. R Kid, thank you. On the Lips, please, thank you. Jeffrey R, thank you. No Limit on the Words, thank you. Dillinger Escape Room, thank you. Contraceptron, thank you. John A, thank you. Zero Breath, thank you. LP Loveless, thank you. Justin W, thank you. Kyle, thank you. Rob Cole number 2, thank you.
There he is.
It would be much weirder because I never go the $2. What if there's a third Rob Cole that's subscribed to $2? That would be even more amazing. Marty and Sarah from the sporadic Marty and Sarah podcast. Thank you as always. Mm-hmm. Bring back Virtual Pros, you coward. Hey, I'm trying. I tried last week. It didn't catch on. Apartment 213 Phil. Apartment 13 Phil. Thank you. Actually, big thanks to Apartment 13 Phil. Phil was in the band Inkwell. Mm-hmm. And he sent me basically the entire Inkwell discography in the mail, which is it's a hot ticket. It's kind of hard to come by. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be doing Inkwell next week. But many thanks to you, Phil. You only had to send me the first 7-inch, but you sent me all 3. So many thanks to you. Burnt by the Runs. Thank you. That's disgusting. That's a disgusting name. We're gonna have to upcharge you, buddy. You have to pay $7 a month, because that's a disgusting name.
It's a good pun, but it's gonna cost you.
He's actually an annual subscriber, so you get away with that. You can be Burnt by the Runs. Only you. If you're gonna want to have a shocking porno grind name for your Patreon, you have to be a yearly subscriber. That's the rules from now on.
It's table stakes.
Yeah. The Real Chris Piss, as always. Thank you. Face Ride. Old friend Face Ride. Thank you. Platts Pat. Thank you. I wonder if that Platts is in Plattsburgh. We're really branching out. We're reaching Plattsburgh, New York now. That's big time. Yeah. Platts Pat is a subscriber
Final
now. Thank you. Tell all of your friend in Plattsburgh, Pat, that we have a podcast. I'm glad our podcast is finally, after 200 episodes, has reached the pinnacle of New York, Plattsburgh. And that is it. Thank you, all you guys, as always. Thank you.
I just want to say 2 things. One is that when I went to Patreon, it popped up saying, now you can find all your refund requests in one place. I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa, you could refund?
Yeah, but nobody's asking for a refund, so we're good. Also, topically, Chris from Faraday gave me both a Charlie Daniels record and a Cheech and Chong record. So it's like we're getting the whole the Patreon list in record form.
Perfect. That works out fine. And finally, of course, we have to talk about our friend at stateofmindrecordings.com. Stateofmindrecordings.com is a website, and it is a distro and a record label all on the internet, and you can buy old records and new records and old records that have been turned into new records there for all very cheap prices, as well as still to this day $5 flat rate domestic shipping. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's only charging $5 for whatever you want to buy. Every week I like to feature a record that you can get there, as well as other records, because usually I feature something stupid, so you don't want it. But if you're in the the market for some hardcore punk, and you can't make it out to Party Shark Records, then you're gonna have to go to State of Mind Recordings and pay that cheap shipping. This week I wanted to feature one of Scott's favorite bands, and this is the band Three Way Come, and they're 19.
Wow. I gotta figure out what the third way is. Like,
there's 3 ways now. It's like the 3-way chili from Skyline, and this is 1993 to 1998 double LP import. Import usually means bootleg, so this is a 3-way Come, I guess partial bootleg discography.
Jesus Christ! How are they big enough that someone's bootlegging them?
I've heard of them before. I don't think I've ever listened to 3-way Come. They're like a Swedish crust band, so they have to have the gross name. But yeah, if you are a fan of Swedish crust, and who isn't? What first 7-inch club listener is not a fan of Swedish crust? So go check out that 3-way Come bootleg. It's $29.95, which I believe is pricey, but it's also a bootleg. So where else are you going to get it? Because you can't usually buy it legally over mail order. So get that 3-way Come, 1993, 1998. Maybe you'll unlock the secret of the third way to come if you buy this record at stateofmindrecordings.com.
It sounds like some kind of hentai thing, like it's split into 3 streams for different tentacles or something. So on my front page is the Orchid Chaos Is Me record on Ebullition. I love this album cover. I don't know where the Orchid Skeleton Man comes from. I assumed he's like a luchador that they just contrasted, but I don't know. But he kind of looks like an awesome old-timey, like a Crimson Ghost, like an old-timey 30s movie or something like that. A spooky movie from before the war. And it's got real nice like Saul Bass lettering. It's a great cover. But mostly, I like the record, and I can't believe that it became like one of the Rushmore bands for normal teens for a while. The fact that Orchid is just on the lips of normal kids, like well-adjusted, attractive girls who are just 8 years younger than us, occasionally chose Orchid instead of Green Day or like NSYNC or whatever. That's just continually mind-blowing, and it still comes up to this day. People are like, oh, I like Orchid and Satiate and stuff like that. What? Really? And nothing about this record is like mall emo. It's Orchid. It still sounds like Orchid. So yeah, relive hardcore's transition from extremely underground to extremely not underground with no reduction in quality by picking up Orchid Chaos Is Me at stateofmindrecordings.com.
And there you have it. And now we've got a little room to actually talk about the record this week. This week we're talking about the band La Gritona or La Gritonia. There's no
Enya there.
There's no Enya, so it's La Gritona, the Frank White 7-inch on Chainsaw Safety Records from 1994. And I know we kept you guys waiting because it's apparently every single La Gritona fan in the world listens to this podcast. So they were anxiously awaiting 2 weeks ago when I posted this, and then I snatched it from them and said the episode is postponed, and they probably all unsubscribed. But we're doing it now. So this is a Frank White 7-inch by La Gritona. They were a band from the Boston area. They I guess they were around from about 94 to 97, 98-ish, and then they have like a weird live thing that came out in 2010. I had the 7-inch back in the day. I don't know if I physically had it, but I had like at least a copy of it. I didn't know though, because I definitely did not hear this in 1994. I probably heard it earliest 1997, probably later than that. So doing this episode is the first time I realized this record was this old, and it's a little different back then because I think in the 90s you had like a 3-year window when you could hear something and it was still kind of new. Like now, like a month and it's too old. So, but back then, like you could pick up Firestorm 2 years after it came out, and like no one would make fun of you if that was the first time you heard it. But so I was pretty amazed when I found this from 1994 because it was kind of we'll get into it, but I think this is kind of on the cusp of this type of music infiltrating, I guess what you would say, the hardcore scene. So yeah, anyways, we'll get into it. But yeah, they were a band for a few years. They put out this 7-inch. They put out a split with the V card, and another split with Ambulance Driver, and an LP, and that was about it. The other splits were on Reproductive Records, which I believe we talked about at some point, which was a big like noise rock label at the time. And that bootleg or whatever the fuck it is that they put on 2010 was on Tortuga, which is another old label from back in the day. But either way, at least one of these dudes follows us on the Instagram, and at least one of these dudes is a dude we have talked about before, and that is the drummer Thos Niles, or Tos Niles. I don't know how you say it. Sorry, Thos, but
I think it's Toss, but I'm not sure.
Tos Niles. So he was in Anodyne, which we did years ago, and I don't. Again, it was so long ago. I don't know if we did a proper doxing when we're talking about Anodyne. So I don't know how much we talked about him. But he was also in a seminal Boston hardcore band, at least for me. It was Eye for an Eye, which had the cool logo. You saw that Eye for an Eye logo from a million miles away, and you're like, "That's fucking Eye for an Eye right there." He's also in Blacktail and Windmills by the Ocean. If you look up Toss, if you're not friends with him on Instagram, if you look him up on the internet, it says he's self-employed, and I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say he's self-employed. He has an Instagram. He's on the internet. He's easy to find. He's a cool guy, it seems, and he was willing to give me information, and I did not ask. I asked him one thing to confirm, so I didn't make a fool of myself, and that was it. But he was more than happy to help, and I didn't bother him. But yeah, he's up on the internet if you need to get a hold of him.
Yeah. So we did do the full thing in episode 99. I described him as our first official business monster, LinkedIn business monster, because he had somehow parlayed, I think, a Dragon dictation related software company into a COVID thing. And I assume it did well. COVID made a lot of money for a lot of people. But since that episode, Toss has come up with a new idea, which is called Both. Both is salt and pepper in one shaker.
That's had to have happened before.
This is the perfect ratio of salt and pepper in one shaker. Although you can buy one that's more pepper and one that's more salt. So perfect is a mutable term in this case. It's subject to your taste, but it's got cool branding because the shaker looks really old world. You know, it looks like salt. It looks like it's something from the 20s or something like that. But the background has scales, like scales of justice, and it tilts one way or the other for salt or pepper. So if you buy the peppery one, you get it in like darker letters with the scales one way, and you buy the salt one, it's like white letters with the scale the other way. Even with all that on his plate, Toss still seems to celebrate his hardcore heritage by continuing to post about all of that instead of his salt and pepper venture. He almost never posts about the hustle anywhere on social media. He just posts old hardcore videos.
I would need if you have any saltless pepper, I'll take that. I don't need that salt, but if you just
got that BP high HPP.
Yeah, I do have the high HPP. So
damn.
If you just have a both, but salt-free both, I'll take that.
Well, that's called pepper, Mike.
I could just buy this anytime I want. That's crazy.
You just buy pepper.
So I could make my own both at home.
Set your own ratio, your own perfect ratio.
Next up was, and I forgot they all have cool nicknames on this record. So Toss was Toss Filthy Niles. Next up is Andrew Unclean Donheiser. And they have like flowery descriptions of what they played. So I assume Andrew played the bass by his description. I could not find anything future-wise on Andrew, but I did find something very interesting past-wise on Andrew, and he was in the crossover thrash band Post-Mortem from the 80s thrash band from the Boston area, and that was also a band that Seth Putnam was in at one point. I don't know if they crossed paths and they were in the band at the same time, but he was in Post-Mortem, and I listened to them today, and they're pretty sick. I think they're my new favorite thrash band is Post-Mortem, because their singer has a real gruff voice, and I like that a lot. But yeah, I always forget that there was, when I was going to shows when I was a little kid, you don't think that these dudes, like I knew most of these dudes were older than me because I was 14, but you never think like this dude was probably in an 80s thrash metal band, and now he's like playing some hardcore club. Like you don't even think about it back then. You just think all these dudes are born hardcore. So even to this day, when Toss confirmed it that it was the same dude from Post-Mortem, I was just like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy that some 80s thrash metal guy was in your weird noise rock band. But that is that. And yeah, I literally could not find anything modern about this dude. I don't know if he's even still alive, honestly.
I'm pretty sure that he is a top serious computer man now who works for Red Hat. Ooh. And Red Hat used to be one of the more famous distros of Linux. Now it's a chunk of IBM. I don't know what it does. It's just like part of IBM now. I couldn't find any personal stuff, or like social pages or anything like that for him. But I did find that if it's him, I'm assuming it's him because he's in still in the Boston area and still doing this. But he programmed an app that lets you take a picture of your record and it pulls Discogs and eBay and everything else to give you a price right away. That sounds handy. Yeah. So, I've been doing a lot of that bullshit lately, and I'd love some kind of aggregator that just follows my ragtag set of rules and does it all for me.
Let us know what that app is, buddy.
Yeah, get us up on that app, man.
I'm sure you have to subscribe to it, but I'm down. I know they make them for trading cards now, so it makes sense there to be one for records. Next up was Colin Dirty Burns. He was the singer, and I didn't check to see if he was in any cool bands or not. I don't think so. Yeah, there's nothing listed on Discogs, but Colin is an artist, and we've had a lot of people that we say are artists now, but Colin's really doing it. Like, you go to his Instagram, and it's updated like all the time with new shit. Usually we find these artists and they haven't done anything since 2012, but Colin is doing shit like every day. He made some book of just pictures of women from movies on the phone, and it had a $45 price tag on it, and it was sold out. That is success to me. That is incredible success. He seems to live in New York now, and he has a couple Instagrams, but that's pretty much what I know about him.
Yeah, I was thinking he was living in LA. Maybe the thing I found was out of date.
It could be LA. I was going by the Venmo has like NYC in it, so I don't know. It could be anything. The
last thing that I read of his said that he was living in LA. He does a lot of stuff. He does like lots of art, like sculpture, drawing, all kinds of shit. Seems to kind of anchor himself by drawing glamorous women in unglamorous ways, like they're kind of cool, like pop art, pen and ink stuff. He said at one point that he worked at the Cha-Cha Lounge and still does some music scene stuff. And so his Facebook is really normal. Like, LA music and art stuff guy. Like, it's personal. He posts about things he's doing, posts artwork he's working on. But his Instagram is purely the thing you talked about. His Instagram is it's called I Told You Never to Call Me Here. And all he does is collect pictures of women from TV and movies answering the phone with like an alarmed look on their faces. It's called I Told You Never to Call Me Here. And the zine he made is just that. It's just a few pictures from that on black pages. It doesn't look like it has any context or words. It's just I told you never to call me here. And it's women obviously saying that into a phone. And his Instagram is hundreds, maybe thousands of these images. It just keeps going. It's amazing. He has really done the work of finding these women. Like, every time either he's looking or every time he watches something, he snaps it. But he's really got it. He's got the market cornered on women answering 80s phones and 70s phones and looking upset about the caller.
It's one of those types of projects that I always want to do, and I get bored after about 15 minutes. So I commend anybody who can actually stick and do something like that.
I mean, like, I don't know if he has another Instagram on top of this, but this is like, he's an artist. So
he has an art Instagram too.
Okay, maybe I missed that one then, I guess. I was gonna say, if you use your Instagram just for this when you're an artist, that's dedication.
No, he has that one, and then he has an art one, which is, like I said, updated pretty much every few days with new art. So he's really doing it out there.
Good.
Lastly is the most, I guess, like, surprisingly famous guy in the band is Dana Ambrose. Dana Ambrose, he played guitar. Oh, I didn't say his cool nickname. What was it? Dana Soiled Ambrose. He played guitar. He's now or was in Cleveland. It seems after La Gritona was over, he started a band called Keel Hall, which was kind of a sludgy noise band. I know them from Hydra Head Records, and I know Keel Hall. Like, I've heard them. I've never thought much about them, but it turns out they're pretty popular because, like, you can't search Dana Ambrose and find anything that isn't related to Keel Hall. They have a Wikipedia, anything mentioned. Like, if you search Instagram for Dana Ambrose, it's just people taking pictures with him saying, this is Dana Ambrose from Keel Hall, as if, like, it's Metallica or something. Like, I don't know. They're on some kind of Encyclopedia Metallum for sludge bands. I can't forget the name of it, but I was like, man, they even have their own Metallum? That's crazy. So I had no idea Keel Hall was this popular, but I learned a lot from this. So yeah, that's all I know about him. I couldn't find any of his new social media or anything, but you search this guy and all you find is Keel Hall shit.
All you can find is posts about him that are funny. They're exclusively people posting pictures of him saying funny things about him. And him doing funny things. I couldn't find any of their current info. But if you go to keelhall.info, which is what's linked everywhere for them, it'll take you back to a very specific point in time. I don't even know what year this is from. I don't know if it's currently updated. It's hard to tell because they have tour dates from April. So it could be that they're keeping this up to date. I don't know how, because there's no way this database can still run on a modern computer. Like this is a website from it's like the state of the art website from like 2002. You know, it looks like it's the hottest shit. It's got the forums and all kinds of other stuff going on. But nothing really works. Like the links don't really, at least for me, the links aren't really working. They don't go anywhere. You click them, nothing really happens. But this is like a very serious website from about 24 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's worth checking out. Just look at it, look at the front page and feel time passing you by.
And there you have it. There is La Gritona, and this was released on Chainsaw Safety Records, which was a record label from New York, from Belrose, New York, run by Will Tarrant and Tom O'Hagan. We talked about Chainsaw Safety many years ago on the Time's Up episode, which I think was like episode number 2 or something. So it was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But Chainsaw Safety is very first 7-inch club adjacent. This La Gritona 7-inch was actually their second release. I don't know if the Rorschach 1.6 band My War split. I don't know if that was I think that might have been number 1. Mm-hmm. So that was their number 1. This is their number 2. I got that too. Then number 3 is Only Living Witness, which we talk about a lot. Baby Harp Seal, another band that seems to come up a lot. We did the Time's Up, which was number 5 or 6. Black Army Jacket, Voorhees, the band Shogun, which we did Shogun too. I completely forgot we did that Shogun record. Black Army Jacket 222, CR, another dudes who I think listen to the show. The Black Hand, Anodyne, obviously we've done that. Anodyne Keelhaul, I forgot they did a split with Keelhaul, so there you go. Mm-hmm. The Horror, which is a band I would like to do on the show. I haven't listened to the Horror since they were kind of new, so I don't know if that holds up, but they were like the it band for about 6 months. The End of the Universe, Celebrity Murders, and there are a lot of Death Cycle, a lot of Northeast New York type stuff, Pulling Teeth, Splitting Headache, all these angry, noisy bands. And it seems the last real release was in like 2011. So, but Chainsaw Safety, I'm pretty sure they still have an Instagram. I know they have an Instagram actually, and they have all that stuff. And they put out a lot of angry, noisy music and a lot of fast, angry, noisy music too. So they have both kinds of music. They have angry, slow, noisy music and angry, fast, noisy music. So you can get them both there. Great New York record label.
I only want to do the HO9909 version of horror. We also did their band, Medicine Man. Will and Tom had Medicine Man. We talked about this label a lot, but today I finally found, I guess I'd never looked, and I found his Will Tarrant's LinkedIn, where he has the most jolly headshot of all time. He looks very very stoked to be the senior admin of a nonprofit. He's glowing. And Tom O'Hagan, when we doxed him before, he seems to have reduced his social media footprint. This is a first. Someone maybe he felt his blood chill when we talked about him the first time, but he kind of like depersonalized, because I can't find any of the threads I found originally. Because once upon a time, I tied him to the vegan grocery store game. Like his wife runs a vegan grocery store. Good job, Tom. You've deleted all those threads. There's no way that I could ever find you again. More people should be like that.
Okay, now we can get this record out onto a tray. Oh my God, what the fuck?
That was weak. That's
nice. I got I don't know if I can buy this beer again. Doesn't have a good pop. No pop on this beer. I don't like it.
It's like it's like I'm telling you a secret.
Yeah, that's stupid. Much different perspective on this record layout. Finding out it's not from 97 or 98, it's actually from 1994. I think this was kind of right on the cutting edge of the style of design, which is very much clip arty noise. You see this and you think of all those classic noise labels and all that stuff, because it's pretty much in that wheelhouse. The cover is I think this is a kind of a theme they kept going on, was La Gritona and kind of like an old Western type font. And it's really weird because it's definitely like a computer font, because it has a stupid shit on it. Yeah. I didn't know they had computers that did this in 1994. So I was pretty surprised they had silly fonts like this that you get and somebody actually used one. So, and it's the name of the record is Frank White, which is in a more stock font. And then, so if you guys don't know, Frank White is Christopher Walken's character from a movie called King of New York, a classic film. Many people actually call me the Black Frank White, which is pretty cool. But yeah, King of New York's a great movie. You haven't seen it. It's kind of Lawrence Fishburne's kind of breakout. His first thing he did after Cowboy Curtis. Check it out. So it's like a kind of dirt shit brown cover, and then Frank White, Christopher Walken imposed over that. But what I like about this is it looks like they just took a photo of a television that had Frank White on it, and they just put it on the fucking cracker cover. And so he looks like the holograms from Star Wars. Like it's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi coming to tell Princess Leia about some shit. But it looks all haunting and stuff. And, you know, you look at that now, if you're young, you're probably like, ooh, that looks spooky. But no, that's just what a TV looks like. That's exactly what a TV screen looked like back then. But I like it. The back cover is bright mustard yellow, and just has things clipped straight out of a Golden Books. This is just straight from some bullshit Golden Books. Another thing that I assume is obsolete to anybody under 35. When you're a kid, you had a lot of Golden Books because they were cheap, and they're like 6 pages, and that's kind of your attention span when you're 5 years old. And you know, it's the bright mustard yellow with a kind of annoying red letters all over it, annoying fonts all over it. It's very noise rock. It's perfect. And the clip art or the stuff from the Golden Books is just like, you know, if you know, it's that kind of style of art of the cherubic children and some fucking horse chasing them and some shit. The record labels tell a different story, though. These are dirty. These are for adults only. You get some cutout from a manga of a dude with a gun in his mouth. You could tell it's a manga because you could see the lettering above them there. The other side, though, is a lady. It's a naked lady. Split beaver and everything. You could see the split beaver. And it looks like when you go to like a real bad tattoo place and they have real bad flash art on the wall, and you're like, I don't think I want a tattoo anymore. I don't.
You guys got a phone? I was looking to see if there's a phone in here.
I don't want that. He can't even draw a thumb. He covered the thumb with a knife. Like it's real bad.
Don't want to deal with that thumb.
Yeah. But I also like that the labels say start and finish instead of A and B. That's very smart. And it has start with the guy in the gun in his mouth and finish with the naked lady, which is probably reverse order. But you know, what are you going to do? And all that comes inside this, instead of an insert with any actually pertinent information, is just like a little piece of paper. One side is like a crossed guns, like old Western style guns that say La Gritona, and the back just has somebody's stupid P.O. box on it, and that's it. Outside of the severe lack of information, I don't know if you could hit any harder with a 1994 noise rock layout with this. You got the foreboding Frank White, Christopher Walken, and you got the stupid Golden Books clip art. You get split beaver and bad tattoo flash art style, and a little manga for the 90s heads. This is perfect. 6 stars all day.
So we did another band not that long ago that it was maybe Godhead Silo. There was someone else who had a similar kind of like noise, like classic noise rock layout this.
Yeah, Godhead Silo, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this is very noise rock coded, 90s noise rock coded. It looks like, you know, dudes who listen to Unsane and Cows and the Melvins and stuff. And they will most likely have a truly threatening bass rig. The bassist will have the most gear in this band, once again. I agree. The cover looks like a photo of the TV, but it also like it looks even blurrier than usual, and it looks like they kind of like printed it wrong. Like it looks overworked. Like it looks blurry, like when you overwork things in 90s Photoshop. And and also like Christopher Walken has been selected. Like you can sort of see that he's been, you know, like lasso selected, like because the bottom is like got kind of a clean line that shouldn't be there. And so they made him like the haunted, you know, like the Star Wars hologram. But then the gradient effect that's drifting off from the TV screen is almost kind of like a reddish green, kind of almost like, you know, like a copper, like a bashed copper look to it or something like that. And then since, you know, Frank White is written on top of it with the Italian flag gradient over it. And so it's like this kind of like 2 different competing Italian flag gradients.
I assume it's supposed to be Mexican because that's their whole deal, is everything's Spanish. So I'm
going to say Italian. It's unacceptable either way. It's like It's a bad sort of. It's really a revolting color theory. It's really disgusting color theory, and it's dubious enough to be distracting from that La Gritona font, which is insane. This font
is
I assume it's going for ugly on purpose. They had to have known what they were doing.
My theory is they couldn't find any other old Western fonts, and they got stuck with this one with the stupid little cloud trails on it.
Ma, don't you have any Western fonts on this computer? This is crazy because it is kind of Western, but it's also got these like curly, like pigtail.
I think it's supposed to be like speed clouds, like the Roadrunner and shit. But
it's almost like they're little cursive curlicues instead. Yeah. So it just looks, it's ugly. It's bad. And they're all, you're not supposed to use all the capitals in this. Like whatever font this was, they didn't expect you to type in all caps.
Yeah, you're supposed to use the one capital, and the rest probably don't have the curlicue around it.
Yeah. So but you wanted to sell one of these, right, guys? Like you wanted someone to want this. And so the back has a storybook. It almost looks like a read along and listen 45 from the old days, but it is little golden book style, that's fine. I like that it says "deny everything" right next to the stupid horse. That's very prominent. That looks great. Chainsaw safety logo always looks good, and I love the. I wish I knew more about how kid book artists used to do these things. I have a book of monsters that kind of like the artwork kind of looks like this, but it's like more gruesome and scary, but it's the same kind of marker and watercolor style. I would love to know how it was done. I'm sure I can find this out, but it's just like this old style seems to be kind of lost in time. Like I know that there's modern people who seem to be like emulating this now, so it probably isn't that hard to do, but I stopped drawing 30 years ago, so I don't know. And then the one side of the record has the manga violence. There's a revolver being shoved into someone's mouth, and Google Lens says it's from Battle Angel Alita. That doesn't sound quite right to me. I've read Battle Angel Alita. She does have a revolver. Style's a little bit off, and I don't remember her, sort of sexually sticking her gun in anyone's mouth this way, but I don't know. And then side B, it kind of looks like a Raymond Pettibone drawing or something like that, but it's a naked lady with a dagger. It definitely looks gross, and there's something wrong with her. There's a lot going on with her limb. With where she's got some sort of like a goitery thing coming off of her arm in addition to that, and the beaver split so much you can almost see the butthole. Like you can keep going, you could probably almost find that. And she's got kind of like a Rocky Horror makeup job going on too. There's something.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a makeup job. I think it's just a bad face.
There's just something unappealing about the face that could be makeup or it could be disfigurement.
It's called a bad drawing. That's what's unappealing about it. It's not. I don't think it's on purpose.
And I was looking real quick. I was, as we were talking about that insert, I was thinking, well, they're going for some kind of like, frontier thing. So maybe the card is supposed to be like a have gun will travel card. Yeah, that'd be interesting. But no, that I forgot that's just a chess piece. That's like the knight from chess. It says have gun will travel. So nope, it's just revolvers, cross revolvers, not much else. None of this reads as coherent. Like I know they're trying to do the Mexican thing, but also it's Christopher Walken and the little golden book and the naked lady and the manga. This is just an assemblage of stuff that some kid was into, except I think they were in their 20s. I don't love it or hate it. I mean, like it all of it needed more attention and love, but I was born into this. I was molded by this aesthetic, so I accept it. Sometimes I love it. This time I'm just letting it go. I think the cover is kind of the worst part. It looks really smeared. It looks really Vaseline-y, like something wrong has happened, but the rest of it's okay.
I love it. I love it all. That font, really, I could do without that font, but outside of that, it's fine. Okay, so now we get into the music. This is 3 tracks, really about 2.5 tracks, but we'll get into that. So the lone song on side A is the titular Frank White. So, again, if you weren't aware, this was Frank White, King of New York. It starts with the King of New York sample, too. I believe King of New York came out in 91 or 92. So, yeah, again, you had the 3-year window. So, I mean, to this day, a lot of people don't even know about King of New York. So, it's good to have all of this branding so that people will be like, oh, I'm going to check out that King of New York movie because they're beating me over the fucking head with it. The lyrics have nothing to do with Frank White as far as I can tell, though. It's just all everything else. But this is noisy sludge rock, definitely on the rock side of things. This isn't like, I don't know what I was there. You know, there's a few articles, like I think there's even one on a Bandcamp or Discogs or something, or a whole article about La Gritona. It's kind of like hyperbolic about how unknown these guys are. I don't know why you write articles like that. That's so weird to be like, no one knows about these guys. No one even ever fucking heard of them before. Like, fucking settle down, dude. Like, just talk about them like they're cool. You don't need to talk about them how unknown they are. But yeah, they're in that article. It's like, you know, they share a lot of similarities with Dead Guy and Coalesce, and I was just like, I guess if those are the only other two noisy bands you know, they probably share a lot of similarities with them. But those aren't the first two bands that would come to my mind. But you know, whatever. The singer has a very, very strong 90s voice. This is like straight out of the 90s. You hear people trying to do this voice now, and you can't. This voice only exists in the 90s. He sounds like a lot of different kind of noisy singers back then, but most to me, he sounds like the singer from a band called Mind War, which is even less known than La Gritona. Mind War was a band from Connecticut that did not make it as far as La Gritona, I don't think, but they sound very similar. But I love that voice. It sucks that like a lot of the bands that employed singers that sound like this are like not my thing. Like, I don't want to put these guys in the same like the same window as like Caius or something, but you know, you think of more like Caius sounding bands when you think of this type of voice, or you think of more like Stompbox or something like that. And no, but for noise rock, it's pretty good. Even my girlfriend liked it. She's like, that guy's voice is you know, he needs it's not as angry as this music. She thinks all music is angry because she's old and just thinks everything that's not pop music is angry now. But she's like, yeah, I like his voice. So even she liked it. Overall, the recording has a very raw sound, but it doesn't sound like shit. They somehow perfected sounding like they're broke, but also not sounding like total shit, which is you know, pretty spot on. It's pretty good. It's also 1994. Not a lot of people were broke. It makes sense. You can get a real groove going to this song. You could also do bong rips to this song. It's heavy. It's repetitive. Even my girlfriend kind of liked it. This is honestly a universally perfect song in my world. These are all the things I want out of a song. 90s guy voice. It is a perfect song. I love it. They play I would say a third of the way through, or maybe halfway through, they play a long sample just over the music, and it was done the old-fashioned way, where I don't know how they did this back then, but you could tell it was done cheaply and badly, because it's just like kind of distracting. And it's like, you could definitely mix that a little better, so it's not as distracting. I would have probably deleted that sample. And then it wraps up with another King of New York sample, but these guys love samples. What can you say? Yeah. But no, I mean, like, the song is, it's like I said, it's very repetitive. It's very heavy and noisy and grooving. And I don't have the technical wizardry inside of me to like make that sound a little more flowery, but this is exactly my shit, and I loved it.
I would say this is in the vicinity of what I was expecting, but I didn't expect it to be this accessible. Like I was expecting this to just be noise, like dead on noise. And it's definitely on the weird side, and like it's a little bit mathy, a little bit. I think that maybe this is a little bit not 4/4. I'm not sure, but it's not noisy in the way I was expecting it. I would say the singer to me sounds like the singer of a little band called the Rollins Band.
I wouldn't say that, but that's
I would say this
me.
guy sounds a lot. I think that this is what the Rollins Band was supposed to sound like. I think this is what he thought that they were going to be like. Because this sounds like a harder. I mean, it sounds harder than 90s Rollins because he's got a ragged edge to him. But that's the vibe I'm getting. It's that, it's got that kind of thing going on. And of course, these riffs are heavier. But I think the Rollins Band wanted to be like this. I think they thought that they were doing this. They're just like, how come this sucks? And but this is cool. This is like some kind of groove metal band influenced by shellac or something, and it's not bad. But it does have kind of like a dreary, like 90s post grunge idea about notes and melodies. So it has like a bummer sound to it a little bit too, which I don't know if that was the idea, but it's like the melody they choose has that kind of dreary sound to it. I can't fully put my brain back to this year. I can't go back to 1994 hard enough to remember, because I definitely liked stuff like this back then. If I had heard this back then, I'd be like, oh yeah, game on. Especially if I saw them live, because this is definitely the kind of band like Stompbox that I would have been at the show and be like, oh, I'll buy this record, and then it would be in the canon, But especially like if other songs were even better than this, I would have just absorbed the whole thing. But in 2026, it's hard to remember being sympathetic to groovecore. and I don't know, I can't tell if I want or need the Groove Noise Nation to be part of my life right now.
This is actually, I should have mentioned this before. This is another callback to our last Patreon episode, No Alternative, because that same Bandcamp article mentions how in the post grunge world, how all of the major labels were just signing anybody, and like they just met somebody from MCA that gave them $2,000, just like, here's $2,000. Maybe we'll do a record with you at some point. So so I guess as far as accessible goes, I mean, they're not like they never made it, but they got a couple grand from some guy who worked at MCA, so I guess it's accessible enough.
Give us another Temple of the Dog hunger strike, man. You guys can do it.
So you flip it over. The first song on side B is Squirrel.
Okay.
So this starts off a little clutchy, but you know, who could really blame them though? Everybody wanted to be clutch. It's what do you want to do? This is a real 90s jam. I could see outside of the vocals, I really don't think you could replicate these vocals at any point. There's no YouTube tutorial telling you how to sing like this, so you can't do it. But musically though, this is like very right in the 90s. No one's replicating this song in 2026. There's some great layered vocals. You got his regular singing, and then he's kind of has like a guy in a straitjacket somewhere, just with like talking to himself vocals. It's pretty good.
Can't sleep, clowns will eat me.
Yes. That brings it to my next point, which is there's a little less grooving, a little less bong ripping in this one, but you can rock back and forth in a panic as if you were in a straitjacket and you can't sleep because the clowns will eat you, which is also cool because those are basically, the two emotions is grooving and rocking back and forth in a panic. You do get a bit of quiet time in this song just for some cigarette smoking. It's a real introspective quiet time before the heavy storm hits 90s part. And then it gets loud again, and you could really stomp around. You could really stomp box around this loud part. It's really stomping. Your fucking chain wall is swinging and hitting people in the knees while you're stomping around to this part. I imagine in a lot more I'm sure they've played their fair share of shows in a little more naive areas. I imagine these guys really brought the push mosh outside of, with younger kids or something, where they're playing one of those weird shows where it's kids who only saw that episode of Quincy, and that's like they're like waiting to see that, and then La Gritona played, and they're just fucking pogoing around, push moshing to the ending of Squirrel. I like this song. I don't like it as much as the first one because I'm more of a groove and bong ripping guy than a panicky guy, but this is still steeped in the 90s, and I still love it just enough.
That is kind of the interesting thing about Smokers, is that like no matter what's going on in the world or your life, or even like the emergency situation you might be in at the moment, you could still take a smoke break.
Yes.
You still get to just stop what's like you're in the middle of putting out a house fire and you just go, wait a minute, and you gotta go outside and rip a cig, and it's just fine. It works. This song has some more kind of ornamentation that makes me like it more. It's got like an ugly harmony vocal. It starts off with some kind of like robot voice, like some kind of sample. I don't know if it's a sample or if he's like using an effect, but it's got kind of like a broken megaphone robot voice. It shit at the beginning, and I was fully certain that was going to be the whole song. I was like, oh no, they're going to do this like broken mosquito robot, and I'm going to have to rant. I'm going to be on my bullshit for like the whole episode about how bad this song is. But no, it actually it comes out of it, and he sings with kind of like this dual layered vocal thing. It's pretty cool. And then the chorus gets very hard. And it's even got the ooh, like the mosh barf that we get now. Like that's from, 10 years ago, not from 30 years ago. Very current. You get a chorus pedal bass reaching for the stars. The bass is he's always playing the Black Sabbath tritone way up the neck. He's playing that the whole song. It should be heavy, but he's like, no, I don't want it to be heavy. I want it to be beautiful. I'm going to be up here, top of my neck. It sounds mysterious and magical. And got some gang vocals on this one, which I like. I always like gang vocals, especially because this guy's got a little bit of a disgusting edge to him. I wouldn't say he's fully gross vocals, but he's got a little bit of that grossness in him. And having friends come in and be gross with him, it's good. This is cool enough, I think. This is like, I don't think I would type in the AI prompt to generate this on purpose. But if you decide to show me a world where Clutch was way more into Hydra Head stuff, like I could come around to that. I think I could live in that world.
And then finally, track 3 is a song called "Deny Everything." This is a Circle Jerks cover. If you guys know anything about First 7-Inch Club, is that we are the #1 Circle Jerk fans in the world. We can't get enough of the Circle Jerks.
Yeah.
So much so that I had no idea this was a Circle Jerks cover. It's 30 seconds. It sounds pretty good. Obviously sounds different from anything else on the record. It's probably better than the original, I'd imagine, because who's listening to Circle Jerks? What are you, fucking 14 years old listening to Circle Jerks? Just getting into punk rock. They made music after Circle Jerks. You don't need to listen to them anymore.
Right.
But yeah, I assume this is, so they could prove their punk rock credentials. Right here, buddy. We're fucking covering the Circle Jerks. We're more punk than you. So approved. It works for me.
Yeah, like if you didn't tell me this was a Circle Jerks cover, I'd just say, yeah, this is like you needed to do this. Yeah. Like you did 2 math adjacent groove metal songs and you need to punk it up a little, and throwing in just like a straight ahead punk song. I think the singer is great at this.
Yeah.
Like they should have just formed some kind of like Negative Approach band and just done with the same guys, nothing else, no notes, no changes, just form a band that just does this. And it would have been pretty good. This whole section is in honor of the fact that I missed the Circle Jerks, Negative Approach, and Gorilla Biscuits show. Because I was cramming to open my shop the next day, but it just happened in Albany this week. So yeah, a lot of people did go see the Circle Jerks and listen to the Circle Jerks and and apparently pretend to like the Circle Jerks this week.
It's because they have no choice. They have no choice. It's like these fucking bands are still playing. People have to go fucking see them because they're still playing. That's how it works, unfortunately. Fucking the fake Black Flag just played Coachella, so. That's all you do is you have that name, and people are still going to show up 50 years later because they're still listening to that one record they bought in high school. So what are you going to do? Anyways, that is La Gritona's Frank White 7-inch from 1994 on Chainsaw Safety Records. At the end of this, I like to do a little rating system where I say either throw it in the trash, listen to it on streaming, buy it in the bargain bin, buy it for full price, or buy it for collector's prices. You can currently get this on Discogs for about $2-3. It's not a very expensive record. But I like this a lot. I hadn't listened to this since I was a wee lad, and I didn't know it was this old. So the fact that they were doing this in '94, when it probably I really don't like Mr. Chebyshev. He knows these guys. Mm-hmm. I think obviously he's in a band with one of them. I don't like. I have no idea how this flew in Boston. If these I think that article says I think maybe the guy from Spore recorded this or recorded one of their things. Mm-hmm. So I assume they were playing more Spore and maybe even tree shows than they were playing like, I don't know, like eye for an eye type shows, I would assume. So I assume they found their crowd, but so I don't know how much was crossed over in the actual hardcore scene, but it definitely crossed over with me when I heard it. I was like, yeah, this is my shit. I liked it a lot. And I still like it a lot. I'll go full price for this. I'm not going to go collectors or anything like this. I'm going to need a little more on the bone for collector's prices, but I absolutely think this is worth your $3, and it would be even worth your $5 or $6. So full price all the way for me on this one.
Yeah, I think the way that I talk about groove stuff sounds dismissive. Mike's a little bit more on the groove tip than me in some ways, but I could see someone thinking that I'm being dismissive of it. And I think that you could have arrived at this in an honest way. You could arrive at groove metal in an honest way, because there was a good 4 years, or at least, where everyone wanted to play slower, groovy riffs, and it gave us everything from Korn to Earth Crisis, and ultimately Earth Crisis sounding like Korn again. It's just a convergent evolution. And we had several years of thrash and death metal legends making bad groove metal and industrial metal albums. Everybody lost their minds for a while, but it just means that there's less cynical ways that you could end up playing groove metal. Where I don't feel like you should be ashamed, because we all did it to some extent. Even ska bands were playing groove riffs to some. So I want to give you guys the benefit of the doubt. I don't always like these kind of vocals, but I do like this guy. He breaks up. His voice has a real rough, gross edge to it. He's hoarse in his own way. It sounds like he's going to do the tough guy thing, but then it isn't. It's cool. I like it. And I like that some of the riffs are ugly. They're atonal. They're not just doing the swamp boogie, the clutch swamp boogie. A lot of people do like Pantera, I guess, and Machine Head and Clutch and Soylent Green. And a lot of you guys actually do like this groovy music. I don't enjoy most of that at all. So yeah. So if you're someone who wants to peer into an alternate universe where groove metal bands were allowed to like swans and drive like Jehu and scratch acid, I think this is really good. I think La Gritona are good at it. I like how rough and ragged they are. I like the way they do it. But on the Tin Fish scale, Mike, I don't think I can go back.
Oh man,
I don't think I can go back in time to 1994 and get a new band like this. For me, they have the Spanish name, they have the ironic cover art. It's just too many things. It all rings a bell, but it's I can't. The layout's kind of ugly. The sound is a little bit tame, despite the weird chords. But they're great. They're great at what they're doing. So I'm gonna say it's 7.8 out of 10 for style.
Well, there you have it. Luckily, Scott even gives the shitty bands 7 or 8 now. So
yeah,
it works out. Can't wait to see what he gives a 10. But I
want to bring it back. For 2026, I want to bring it around to where, because if you got a 7.8 on Pitchfork, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's okay. So I need to get the scale working so that real bands are punished. Real bad bands are punished in a hard way for 2026. My goal is to punish bands.
There you have it. This is La Gritona's Frank White 7-inch from 1994. We'll be recording a Patreon about Cinema Bear Nuts VHS, and you'll hear that if you're already a patron. If not, you could subscribe now and hear it as soon as you subscribe. Next week, we'll be doing the band Inkwell, classic 90s screamo, emo core, emo violence, whatever we want to call them, band. And yeah, that's it. Scott, do you have any last words?
I promise I'm not going to talk about my store all the time every week, but I have a lot of dollar bin stuff and worse than dollar bin stuff that I had to sort through. So I was pulling out every copy of Whipped Cream and Other Delights and putting it up on top of these shelves, and I was just going to collect them all, keep them up there. Yep. And a teen girl came in and she's like, "Are the records on top of the shelves for sale?" And I was like, "Yeah." And there's some cool stuff up there too. So I thought she was going to buy one of the fancy things. And she goes, "Can I have one of the green ones?" I was like, "Whipped Cream and Other Delights?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You want Whipped Cream and Other Delights?" And she goes, "How much?" And she goes, "Well, how much is it?" I said, "$3. It's $1." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, I'll definitely take it." And I was like, "Okay." And I took down all the copies. I said, "Well, let's find you the best one. I want you to get the best one for $1." So I looked through them all, and she goes, "Well, do you have a record player?" I was like, "Yeah, I have a record player." She goes, "Can we listen to it?" And the store was crowded as shit. So we went over and I put Whipped Cream and Other Delights on while all the people were shopping in my store, and we listened to Taste of Honey together as one. We all stood together as one and listened to Taste of Honey. Probably the first time in a record store in years, in at least decades. So, and she bought it, and she also bought some Chuck Mangione. I felt great. It was a great sale.
Just introducing a whole new generation to horrible Goodwill records. But I mean, they actually repressed that recently, so I guess it's not a.
I even have a remix CD of it. It's from a few years ago. Yeah.
Also, before we go, Michael Lump. I know we said we're going to do your band Sperm Crickets. I promise. Probably after the Inkwell episode, we'll get to the Sperm Crickets. People are dying to hear that, so we'll get to that soon. But until next week, fuck Charlie Daniels.
Fuck Charlie Daniels.
inside your mind. I know the self-doubt that keeps you so untied. If you can see the you that I see, when I see you see me, you see yourself so differently. Believe me, your soul.